Nope. Test. Huh. Well. Huh. Can you hear me?
Hear me?
Oh, there we go. What's going on, bud?
It won't let me turn on my camera.
Same. Alright, fuck this. Private call.
Is there any issue with that?
I have no idea. Cam set that
Okay.
up. I have no clue.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, we gotta put in there. Finger for the
Here.
real fan.
Hell yeah. Oh shit, mine. Pascal literally peed on mine. Yeah. Luckily it's on the back, and so we washed it and it looks fine. But yeah, frustrating, dude. Alright, let's see how I want to do this. I think I'm going to just add this.
My sound is coming through super quiet.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, you said it in your chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
And do I sound super quiet to you?
No, you sound fine.
Okay.
Here we go. Alright, here's what I want. I want to record this. That's automatic. This up. I want to stay to that. Do a good old fashioned alt crop. Lena! Oh, his sound's quiet. Speak, David. Oh, I didn't hear you at all.
You didn't hear me at all?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, look at me right there on your stream.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. We want to crop this, though?
Oh, wow. I'm big now.
You're the star of the show, my man. What do you mean? And then we're going to do this. And if I played my cards right, if I hit this button, bam! All right, cool. You're on top of me. Hi, David.
Nice.
All
Wait,
right.
so... Oh, I see. Very good. Very good.
All right. Here, cool. All right. I literally just got back home and I ran here. I had to put. Oh shit! Of course. In that case, here's change it all together.
You're cutting in and out a little bit for me.
Oh yeah, because I'm getting quiet. My bad.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna. Oh, that's actually perfect there. Okay. Go back over. Like I said, I just got back home and I didn't have a lot of time to plan this, so anybody watching. Yep. Add. Try this again. Had it right the first time and I fucked it up. Add that from this. Bam. Very meta here. Right.
It's like when you're in a bathroom and it has those mirrors.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
they're facing each other.
I only have so many monitors and I need most. So trial and error until we get it right. Oh, that's gonna work. That's fine. Now, just line that up. Expand it as big as it'll go, baby. Then throw this back up. Go back here. And we have it back. Look at that. It's scuffed, but it works. It's fine. Got it. And now I can see my chat too, and I don't have to do up on the screen, which is great.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah, we're here to talk all things fun. I want better music than my lo-fi. I need like that. Look up.
Is a lo-fi Morbius playlist?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm looking up.
Oh
Morbius lo-fi. Morbius trailer Beethoven for release. Epic version extended. Why does that exist? That's interesting.
Why does for release have anything to do with Morbius?
I don't know. Let's go with oh yeah. Let's go with this. Yeah, because if I just like Google Marvel music, it's literally gonna give me like Guardians soundtrack, which is all copyright.
Right. Wait. What about it's just like vampire music then?
Oh
Hold
yeah,
up.
true. You gotta get in the spirit of the vampire. It's gonna give me Vampire Weekend. No, it didn't. Interesting. Hour of dark vampiric music, dark seductive emotion. What is this?
I'm sending you a playlist of vampire-themed songs.
Oh, I'm excited. Hold on, you're gonna hear me.
Oh, it's all rock music. Maybe not.
Is this movie not metal enough for you, David? Why are the first tracks 13 candles, 13th chime dug up, 13 tombs?
This is the one.
So many
Right here.
13.
The title of this video is "This playlist will make you feel like a 19th century villain."
That is exactly what I want. Hold up. One of the comments, I became the villain when an ad interrupted this masterpiece of a playlist. Oh my god. My music teacher is absolutely chaotic evil. I once saw him grading our tests to this. This is David. This is you. All right.
Yeah, right.
Is that Mario in chat? Kex, best movie ever? Absolutely. Mario, welcome. Hold on, we have an ad starting soon, so we're gonna wait till the end of the ad to really get into the meat and potatoes. Did I show you, David? I think I showed stream. I took notes.
So I wish I had taken notes. I feel like you're gonna be much more prepared for this than I am.
In this
I'm just
movie,
gonna be...
I literally sat there and took
Oh my
notes.
God.
Or anybody want
I'm talking about vibes. You're gonna have like
Yeah.
propositional statements.
This is, I'm coming prepared. I'd like to defend my thesis, which is Morbius, greatest movie ever. Here's my defense. Isn't that what you do in I don't know. I don't know how you do your, what are they called? You defend your, I don't know. That was sarcasm, Mario. No. Don't let the mass media tell you that the critically acclaimed Morbius movie isn't the absolute gem that we all know it to be. All right. I need coffee, but I don't have it, so I'm going with gross water. Very excited.
Gross water.
It's Spindrift. They're these sparkling waters with real juice in it. So it's not like a LaCroix, which is 0 calories. This is 12 calories, or this one's 7 calories. But it also has juice in it, and it just tastes like watered down, like unsweetened strawberry lemonade. So it's gross water.
They're all right.
They're fine.
They're all right.
If they're cold, I find the same thing with LaCroix. If they're cold, they're good. If they're like even warm or like room temperature, it's like ugh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're gonna see me look up because David's up here for me, even though he's right there for me. So
Well,
I thought...
I should look down then, right? Like this way? No, I should look this way.
No, you're good. You can look wherever you want. I'm just looking at
No,
your
but this way,
reactions.
now I'm looking at you, right?
Mirror yourself, Mike. So I have myself this way so that when I look this way at chat, I'm looking at chat. Fun tricks of the trade.
Nice.
That's why we do it this way. But let's get into it. So I'm gonna actually pause the vampire music for a minute. I thought the best thing to do to start this, David, would be to just play the Morbius trailer. First release November 2nd, 2021, so we can kind of give the people what they're kind of getting into.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself while it's on so I can
Alright.
watch it through your stream, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Look at nothing. All right, hold on. I gotta put my monitor capture on. Here we go. This is the original Morbius trailer. This is what we were promised.
You need a doctor?
I am a doctor. I should have died years ago. People all over the world have my disease. I'm here to find a cure. We have to push the boundaries, take the risks. If you're gonna run, do it now.
People are strange
Dr. Michael Morbius, you've been missing for 2 months.
when you're a stranger.
Then you were found on a container ship that washed up off of Long Island.
Faces look ugly when you're alone.
What did you do to yourself, Doctor?
I wish I knew.
It's so rude to bring up Spider-Man on this movie.
I went from dying to being more alive than ever.
It worked.
Not exactly.
I'm realizing like a lot of differences. I
It's
didn't
so
realize.
different, dude.
Form
It's
of
so
evaporator.
different.
Yeah.
What else can I do?
There are limits. There has to be.
There's something inside of me.
Can just fly. Undetermined, Lena. Undetermined. We'll talk.
Consume blood.
Michael.
When you're a stranger. Faces come
And you control it.
I don't know.
Half the city wants to kill you.
remembers your name.
We haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco.
When you're strange.
The other half wants to control you.
Hey, Dr. Mike, you and I should stay in touch.
I'd do anything to save a life. But I don't know what I'm capable of.
You save lives, you don't take them.
Yeah.
Are you here to heal the world? Or to destroy it? the hell are you, man?
I am.
It's so annoying, Lena.
I'm just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
Yo, he's Batman? Yeah. All right. That's what we were promised. All right. We were promised this movie. First of all, it didn't come April 1st, as we all know. It was delayed, right? Like 3 months? It was delayed.
Wait. It did come out April 1st.
It did, yeah, but I thought it got delayed.
It got delayed like 4 times. It was
Yeah.
originally supposed to come out before COVID, I thought.
Yeah. April 1st, because this movie is a joke.
Yeah.
True. So I have the proof in the pudding. I'm ashamed to show, but I have my ticket. I am a certified viewer of Morbius. I went. I attended. It was interesting. I have opinions. As Lena 100% in chat, she confirms, she identifies. Half of this trailer isn't in the movie.
Yeah, wait, okay, hold on. So there's one change that I'm really upset about. Like, actually, because it was my favorite part of the whole trailer, and I said this to Lena, like, the moment we walked out of the theater. I was like, he didn't say the coolest line, which is when he's doing this, and he's like, if you're gonna run, do it now. They took that out? Why? This was badass line, but no, we gotta take that out?
Yeah, I feel like anything that would have made this like decent was taken out. Like, it was crazy. I was very disappointed, but not, of course, at the movie. The movie itself was great. I will stand by that forever. I want to preface this with my experience in the theater. How was your theater experience, David? Because there's memes going on about empty theaters and, you know, nobody wants a ticket. Were there people in your theater when you went?
There were 2 other women in our theater, and that was it. And they were talking for just about the whole time, but it didn't didn't ruin it, because if we had been watching anything else, I would have been upset.
I went, and when I got there, because I reserved it online, there was 4 other people that were going to be there. It was a party, I think. Or not like a party, but like looks like a mom took her kid and maybe his friends to see the movie. Yeah. So I come in, they're already sitting down, because I knew it was going to be, you know, it's just down the street. I walked over there. It was like a 5-minute walk, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to see the trailers for like this one. It's fine. I'll just get there hopefully closer to the movie. That way, the less time I'm spending at the theater. Yeah. So I roll in. Lights are still up a little, like not up. There's trailers playing, but like it's not like completely dark. The movie hasn't started. I walk in front of all these children because they're sitting right when you walk across. Mm-hmm. I walk across. I kind of like nod, you know, acknowledging their existence, and I go to my seat, which is behind them, but like a couple rows up. I hear right before the movie's about to start, like the last trailer's on, and I hear the mom say something to the effect, I think she went to the bathroom, and she's like, yeah, there's somebody else here, so you need to behave. And they're like, no, there's not. And she's like, yeah, there is. And 2 kids stand up from their seats and like turn around at me, and they're like, oh, there is someone else here. And they look like they got to be like 10 years old. And they're just waving. They're like, hey, what's going on? I was like, hi, I'm ready to watch Morbius. What's up? And they're like talking to me. I was like, this is fucking bizarre. Why are these children doing this? They sit back down. And I remember being an obnoxious kid who felt like they knew everything about everything. And I still have that air about me a lot. I know. But listening to the one kid turn to his friend and be like, this movie's gonna suck. It's just wannabe Batman. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I mean, he's the same thing. I was like, well, he's a vampire. Batman isn't a vampire, but all right, cool. And he was just so emphatic about how this was going to suck because it's just Batman, but Marvel wanted to do Batman. I was like, okay, interesting take.
So this is Marvel wanted to do it, right? That's the key here. How many people? I mean, Sony was obviously like really trying to get people to think that this is an MCU movie.
They put Spider-Man before Venom when they brought the studio that brought you.
Yeah, and they also, I mean, it not only, so it's the A train, and that A on the A train is on every poster and in every trailer, and it looks very similar to the Avengers logo, even though it's not. And then they put Michael Keaton in the trailers, even though Michael Keaton really isn't even in the movie. So, like, they desperately want people to think it's in the MCU. So I want to know, like, do people think that, like, the MCU is like falling off now
Yeah.
or something like that because of this.
At what point does Disney sue Sony to be like, y'all are really reducing the income, like y'all are ruining our product?
Think about it, like Kevin Feige. Obviously, he like hates loose ends in the story, right? There's so few loose ends, and now it seems like the entire Vulture like thing is just gone from the MCU. It's totally gonna be a loose end. Like it's never gonna come back because he's out like stuck in Sony's universe.
And we'll talk on that. That was frustrating to say the least to me.
Nonsense. Yeah. Complete nonsense.
So I'd like to preface this with the one thing I will say is interesting about this trailer watching it now is that literally the start of the trailer, this is the start of the movie.
Yeah.
They started here, which I'm not surprised by, but I expected like the whole learning who Michael Morbius is about his disease. They're like, nah, he's just a crippled doctor who's going to go like trap some bats.
Part of my problem. Right. Okay. So the movie starts at some point in the future, and then we have a flashback that leads into another flashback.
Yes.
Which then leads back into the first flashback, and then leads into after the introductory scene. And so I'd have to imagine that like some poor editor was given all of this footage, and they were like, "Please make this interesting." Like,
yeah,
please.
honestly, like, can you do anything with this?
Yeah, right. Like, and he's watching this footage, and he's like, "So you guys just like shot this like linearly? Like, this is just a linear, normal ass story, and you want me to like make it interesting? What if I put it out of order? I don't know."
Just mix it up. Keep people guessing.
And wait, so speaking of, I kind of expected them to do sort of an introduction of Morbius first. Yeah. Like, this is who he is. This is what his deal is. In this movie, what is the disease?
We don't know, but in the trailer, he says a lot of people have it, even though we see like 3 people.
What? It has something to do with coagulants, I guess.
Blood
right?
that causes you to not be able to walk, but hold your whole body up with your arms. I don't know.
Right. Oh my God, it's so weird.
To Lena's point, she's right. The first line of the movie is, "Do you need a doctor?" And I literally wrote that down, and I wrote, "I'm a doctor" line equals cringe. I hated it.
Imagine, like, if somebody was like, "Do you need a doctor?" and you said, "I am a doctor." Like, how pretentious do you need to be? Oh my God. How about no thank you?
Would you like to watch a Twitch stream? I am a Twitch streamer. Okay. Doesn't answer my question, but all right.
Oh my God.
The entire time it was that so many of the lines were cringe, and I think it wasn't helped with the fact that, and I want to preface this with my Jared Leto experience is Suicide Squad and 30 Seconds to Mars concert we saw. Like, I've not really watched him in anything that I know of. Like, I know he's been in a lot of stuff, but I haven't seen House of Gucci. I haven't seen Dallas Buyers Club. I haven't seen WeWork. I haven't seen the other one that he, what was the other big one? American Psycho, I think he was in. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of his big movies. So I don't know a lot about him other than Suicide Squad. And in Suicide Squad, people think he's bad. I have my own opinion about it. At least he did something. He like made a decision of like, this character is like ridiculously crazy, but like kind of stupid. And he like went with it and like kind of, I don't know, he acted. I felt like he didn't act in this movie. I kept waiting for him to fucking act. The whole like, I am a doctor. That's how he is the whole movie.
Yeah, so I don't have like a strong opinion on Jared Leto. I think I didn't like his Joker, but I always thought that the problems with the Joker were more like direction problems than acting problems. That's not to say he acted well, but you know, so that wasn't my problem with it. But I saw him in Dallas Buyers Club, and I thought he was really good in that. And he's in Fight Club. He has a really short part in Fight Club, but otherwise I can't like recall seeing him in much stuff. But so I don't know. My opinion on him as an actor has always been sort of generally positive, but I don't know, you know. But I agree. In this movie, it's like he wasn't even an actor. He was just a body.
Yeah, 100%. Like 100% gave nothing to like the character other than his body. It was weird.
Yeah, really strange.
So to start, we arrive. I can't even remember. I thought I put down where this takes place because they like name it. It's just like some part where there's bats. There's they're vampire bats specifically.
Somewhere in South America, right?
Yeah, somewhere in South America, I think. Something like that. Big forest. You see the helicopter land. Literally from the start, all of this is banter up until he like summons the bat, where they're saying shit like, you know, oh, you need like, I don't know. It's just like stupid back and forth where they're trying to be smartasses with each other. And whole 100% of it, I was just like, why? Shut the fuck up. I don't care. It was.
Can we also talk about the trap? What was it was like dripping water, right? While he's holding his hand. Is that what it was doing?
I don't know.
The bat. There's those lines like in front of his hand, right?
Oh, the like thing. Oh, that's the thing. Yeah. He's like, I'm here to catch bats. And
right.
You see him here doing this thing, but you don't really know what the fuck this is. This isn't described. You don't know how it works. You just see him walk up to something with these lines, cut his hands, and bats come out. And then that's the end of the scene.
And then he has them.
You don't know that. The end of the scene is literally the bats coming and then attacking the like the people try to get in the helicopter because apparently they show like the bats eat animals. They're like eating flesh. And so they get in the helicopter. The bats berate the helicopter. That's the last you see too. And then you flash back 25 years to him in the hospital.
Oh, yeah. 25 years into the hospital. Yeah.
And I wrote down, he's in a hospital for kids with blood issues across from a school of bullies. Like that's like, it's the worst fucking placement. It's like all these kids with disabilities and right across the school street is a school where people just nonstop bully them.
Right. I don't know if I don't want to like go out of order here.
No.
But do we talk about the whole Milo thing?
Yeah, no. So Milo is weird. I have a lot about Milo in here. The kid Milo or adult Milo?
I mean, the name. Why did they call him Milo? I understand. I get it. Like the first kid who was there was named Milo. But why then would it be acceptable to like just start calling the new kid Milo? And why? He like what was like about the surprise?
He took it. Yeah. He made that his thing.
Why?
I don't know. I wrote, meets new kid Lucian, immediately doesn't call him by his name and disrespects him the entire movie.
The confusing thing to me is that if they wanted to do Lucian, just do Lucian. Like, that's a character. We don't have that. Why call him Mike?
You're cutting in and out.
That they made him into
there
Lucian.
You go. You were cutting in and out.
Oh, sorry. If they were gonna do Lucian, then they should have just done Lucian.
Yeah.
But to me, it seems like it clearly had to be reshoots. They had all of this footage of him being called Milo, and then they were like, "But we need to make him a character, so we'll just make him Lucian." Add a scene in where
it was so. I was just mad because I was like, "You understand what it's like to be bullied for having this like, and you're immediately gonna just disrespect this kid and never call him by his name." And the kid is just like, "Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with it." I was blown away by that decision.
Unbelievable. It's so strange.
And then we're introduced to his like day to day. They like hang out. They do sick kid things. It's apparently a place where like they're doing this special treatment for their blood or whatever because of their disease. Do we ever see any other kids besides those two? I don't remember there being any other kids in this entire like hospital.
Yeah, I don't remember any.
It was just weird.
But they had their sort of father figure doctor guy, right?
I called him Dr. Daddy.
Yeah.
Throughout the notes, he's Dr. Daddy. Yeah, so they have this weird doctor guy who's like really nice and like the most caring doctor because he literally is just acting like their father the whole time. Being like super nice, caring for these poor kids who are sick and trying his best to like make them not miserable and keep their spirits up.
Hold on. I just remembered something. So Jared Leto as a baby saves Milo.
Yep.
As a baby by fixing that machine.
Yeah.
By taking the battery out of the machine and replacing the batteries with a spring.
Yeah.
Okay, one, I don't for a second that this life-saving medical device hanging out next to this kid is powered by AA batteries.
This state of the art, like
Right.
one of a yeah.
And second of all, even if it was powered by AA batteries, if you take the batteries out of a battery-powered thing, it stops. You can't just replace it with a piece of metal and it's gonna work now. But put that aside for just a second. Let's assume I accept all of this. There's like this kid is Tony Stark breaking the laws of
I wrote
physics,
that fix his
whatever.
machine because genius.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The doctor says to him, "Hey, dude, you can fix machines. You should go to this med school program."
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Go to med school on scholarship cause smart. And that's my favorite thing about it. You're right, because he immediately is like, yeah, there's this cool school that you should go to, and I guess I'll just get you a scholarship. Like, yeah, why not? I was like, okay, that's easy. What a track. Dr. Daddy coming in with the networking connections. That's cool. But yeah, so we're introduced to these bullies across the street who just kind of like yell at them through the window. And then immediately after he fixes his machine, he seems to be whisked off to this medical school, and Milo's left at the school alone with Dr. Daddy. And as you saw somewhere in here, I think Tyrese Gibson, who's just like underused in this whole movie, him and the other guy they didn't need to be in it.
For two FBI agents, one played by a celebrity and one played by like a B-list celebrity.
Yeah.
And they gave the B-list guy the personality.
Yeah, for real.
Why?
So hold on, where is the thing? So basically he makes a bunch of origami like bats and animals and shit, and he gives Daddy Vampire. He gives one to Milo before he leaves, and it's a note about like, hey, see you later, yada yada yada. We'll be friends, whatever. And it flies out the window. Or I don't know, I can't remember how he loses it, but it's outside. He's outside with it, and it flies away. Yeah. And the bullies get it, and they won't give it back. And then they start beating up this crippled child. Just like, well, no, they I don't think they beat him up yet. No, they were just playing like keep away. They were like, you can't have this back. Fuck you. Ha 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 ha. And then Lucian, whips his fucking crutch, beats the kid in the head with it, and then they start beating the crippled kid down. Waiting for Dr. Daddy to come save the day and like save this kid who we now know has like some inferiority complex and like wants to be strong, obviously because he's got this disease, but like this is apparently like, I think what we're supposed to assume is like the catalyst of like, I hate people who are able-bodied and I want to bully them. I don't know, it's weird.
We never like connect back to that bullying scene.
No,
right?
That's just like it. He gets bullied once and then later is an asshole. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
It was weird.
Brought me your phone. See if I can still be heard.
Oh, you're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Coming in clutch. Thank you, Lena. But yeah, so he whisks him away to this med school, and I think the next scene is him being awarded or at an award ceremony for some royal person.
Sweden. The king of Sweden.
Yeah. Giving him an award for making artificial blood, which for the whole movie they call either artificial blood or blue. At some point they start referencing it as blue and red, and I was like, that's such a dumb decision. I hate it. It's stupid. But yeah, so he makes somewhere in this 25-year timeline, he makes miracle blood that can be used instead of regular blood for like transfusions and shit.
So why do they make the fake blood like this blue, creamy, like milk?
Yeah, he got it from a band.
The idea of like having to go to the doctor to get like a blood transfusion or something, and they like are putting that into my arm or something, it grossed me out so much.
Incoming lawsuit, like immediately. Like, dude, yeah, I went to the doctor and he put yogurt in my arm. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with this. I don't know. The whole thing was weird. But yeah, Lena, 100%. So he's like going up for this award, and the last thing we see is like he's called up to the stage, and then I think it cuts forward when he's back in New York, treating this patient with I can't remember what I called her. I want to preface this. I'm not trying to be sexist, but I felt like the movie was extremely sexist to this doctor. Because everybody kept referring to her as like a nurse or whatever, and Morbius kept having to white knight her and be like, she's a doctor, actually, very capable. So I literally, in my notes, I think referred to her as Doctor Lady.
Wait, what was her name though? Her name
I
was...
don't know, because I couldn't remember. All I remember is everybody being like, the nurse. And I was like, no, she's not a nurse. We know this already. Stop fucking doing this. But
I can't. It started with an A, I think.
Let's look up the movie. Morbius cast. I don't even know the actress either. It was a newer actress for me. It was Andrea Ajorna playing Martine Bancroft.
Martine.
Yeah. Woman doctor equal nurse before. Yeah, true. It was so it was so miserable to constantly have everybody say the same fucking line, and Morbius have to be like, well, actually, she's a doctor. But yeah, so she's treating this patient with the same blood disease, and Morbius is back. Or no, yeah, she like calls Morbius and is like, hey, you need to... I can't remember. He's treating the patient, somebody. She comes in. Oh, he's treating her. She comes in and is like, I need to talk to you. You got some explaining to do. And then you find out that the scene that it cut from at the award ceremony, apparently he disrespected the guy, the King of Sweden, and was like, fuck no, I'm not taking this award because artificial blood isn't the answer. I haven't cured anything, so I can't take this award.
I don't remember that.
What's that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah. That was like a big thing. She got mad because the scene cuts as he's walking up for the award. And then you find out later in this other scene that he's like, didn't accept it and was like, I can't accept this award because I didn't actually cure anything. I just made artificial blood. It was so stupid. Like, you can still take the fucking award for the artificial blood. Like, that's what you were there for.
Yeah, I didn't know that this happened.
Yeah, it was so dumb. And so then she's having to explain to him like, hey, we have this high-tech lab and this ability to do this shit because people want to sponsor and like provide funding, which is helpful when you have fucking awards and shit to back you up. Why the fuck didn't you take the award? And then you find out she knows his passwords and
That's right. I remember now. Yeah.
And then she exposes, I don't know if it's in the trailer, if I can find an image of it. There's just like a big tank like that's opaque, and then you hit some buttons and all of a sudden it's full of bats. And he explains
that he has a bat.
Yeah. I don't think it's in the trailer. Sad. Oh, it's right here. This big thing is like goes opaque, so you don't see through it. And she like pushes some buttons on it, and all of a sudden you can see all these bats, and he's just like, yeah, I got those on my trip. I brought those back with me. And you're just left with like, all right, cool. I guess you did. Last we saw, they flew at you and then attacked the helicopter, but yep, you got some bats. Cool. And then he does science to explain that, wait, where am I in my notes? Here we go. I wrote, awful writing. So, he wants to use this vampire blood DNA because they have the ability to like drink blood, but it doesn't hurt them or something. And I was really confused by his understanding of what he was meaning to do. So like the way he was explaining it was like these vampires aren't hurt by the consumption of blood. Like their body can take it, so it's good. And I was like, okay, so, because I think the whole way they described the disease was it's debilitating, right? Like they keep failing to be able to, like the blood doesn't always take. They have to do it multiple times. They have to do transfusions or whatever multiple times because the ability for the body to take the blood is reducing. I don't know. It's bad. And so he's like, this will help us so the blood won't be rejected and it'll be good and we can do treatment. And I was confused by like, are you expecting to have to drink blood from these vampire things? Or is it just going to make you able to take blood? Like, I was really confused by the science behind like what he actually intended to happen. Because I was like, you put vampire blood inside your body and like, I assumed my head, I'm like, yeah, you become a vampire. I don't know. I feel like you were trying to become a vampire. And then we get the obligatory mouse science torture scene where they inject a mouse with his like concoction of vampire bat mixture.
Okay, so hold on. I have something to say about
this. Please stop me anytime, please.
The moment that they started doing that, I got annoyed.
Yeah.
And I felt like a hypocrite though, because my favorite Spider-Man movie is still The Amazing Spider-Man 1, where they turn the fucking rat into a lizard, right?
Yeah.
And I love that. And I was like, why do I hate it in Morbius, but I don't hate it in The Amazing Spider-Man? Is it just because I'm being a hypocrite and I want to hate Morbius? And maybe there's a little of that going on. But I actually think it's because, like, in The Amazing Spider-Man, it's like, it's not presented as if I'm supposed to take this seriously, you know?
Yeah.
But in Morbius, like, you know, it's like they like throw some like comic book jargon on it or whatever.
Exactly.
And they just sort of like, right, they sort of laugh it off. But then in Morbius, it's just like straight up like, we need to go through a test. Like like they're so serious and like dark and like no smile.
Yeah,
Just
this
like,
whole movie is like that though, and it was so frustrating.
Exactly.
But yeah, so they do this like test on this mouse. The mouse dies just like every single time. It's the typical, you know, oh, it didn't work. Test was a failure. Then an emergency happens. They leave the lab, address the emergency. Oh, I turned around. The mouse is back up and walking. Success.
Yeah.
It worked. No further tests needed. And so, yeah, they have this miracle thing that apparently, I don't know if the rat had the disease. I'm very confused what the rat's purpose was. Because like, how did they test whether or not the rat got what they were looking? I don't know. The mouse.
Rat was walking around.
Yeah, like in Amazing Spider-Man 1, it was a rat with no hand, and they put it in, and then it got a new hand. Like,
Yeah.
you see the result you're looking for. This one, you're like, yeah, I guess his blood can take other blood.
Right.
Like,
It
I don't
just
know.
didn't.
Yeah.
The bar is. It just didn't kill him.
I guess that was it. And so, yeah, and he came back to life. So, like, that's great. As long as
Yeah.
it kills you and you come back to life, successful drug. that works. So, we get the mouse torture scene. We get Horizon Labs, which we find out is where he works, which is an interesting,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a, you know, iconic Spider-Man location. Cool. It doesn't really do anything, and it doesn't really serve any
it's
purpose.
underutilized.
Yeah. But that's cool. Then you are introduced to Matt Smith, who at first I'm like, who is this guy? And then I
Yeah.
see him doing the blood, and I'm like, oh, this must be older, the other guy. And I immediately realized, as soon as Matt Smith starts talking, he is too good to be in this movie. He's the only actor besides Dr. Daddy that I care about in this movie. Like, he's the only one trying. I don't think it's well, but he's trying. And yeah, so you're introduced to Milo as an adult who apparently does like gambling and shit. He has apparently he's rich now, like loaded.
Rich as fuck.
Yeah, fucking like out his ass, and just like tries to like cheat people out of money for fun, like goes and gambles. No big deal. And he funds all of Jared Leto's research, which is weird because there's an entire scene about like, we need to get funding for this research, and then he's like, yeah, I'll give you all the money you want. And I'm like, wait,
Right.
why is there like posing like you need money? He just gives it to you. But anyway, you got Matt Smith playing older Milo, also suffering from the same disease, who you see him get transfusions. I think I know you see Morbius get transfusions actually.
Yeah.
But you see him getting a transfusion. Dr. Daddy is like in his personal house doing it, which confuses me because he was like all about saving all the children. Where did the hospital go? Is he the only patient that anybody cares about?
So
I guess
think-
Horizon Labs is the new hospital. I don't know.
Right. But whole thing that they were moving to New York, you
Yeah.
know, and but then everyone's in New York now. But it was a whole thing in the flashback.
Yeah.
About what's his name? You know, not wanting to be there. Anyway.
It was weird, but you get Matt Smith, who is this older Milo, you know, sharp, funny, you know, loaded guy, best friend to Jared Leto's Morbius. And why did I say stupid? Nerf is stupid. I don't remember. Oh, okay. So yeah, I skip a bunch of shit because this whole scene doesn't really matter. You meet him, you find out that, you know, Milo's the one funding his research or whatever. He's like, I need a boat. I need to be in international waters because this is illegal as fuck.
What?
Yeah.
What's about it?
I don't know, but he's like, we can't do this here. It has to be on international waters on a freighter. Yeah, human testing, not FDA. Yeah. They're doing human trials. He's like, I'm going to try it on me, but we can't let anybody know because it's super illegal. And so the guy's like, you know what? You got it. Get a boat. I'll get you some.
I don't think I'd buy that would be that it would be such an easy loophole. Like I don't buy that.
You
like
just get a boat and you can do illegal shit. Yeah.
Right. Like I mean, I understand that. Like, I get the whole idea. Like we need to go somewhere where it's not illegal. But why are people not just like renting yachts to go and get surgery all the time?
All the time.
Like to get anyway.
So yeah, you're on this boat. You find out Morbius is cooking up his new vampire serum, and the doctor lady is going to administer it to him. She straps into this table. They administer the drug. He starts like convulsing really badly, and then I think the camera turns away for a second, and then he's gone. He's not on the table anymore. Where did he go? He's on the ceiling because he's a bat. And it was dumb. It was really stupid. He apparently is frenzied. And because all this is happening, people heard noise. The asshole mercenaries, which they hired, maybe there's a reason. Maybe international waters are tricky. I don't know. And he's like, he comes downstairs and he's like, what the fuck's going on in there? And Dr. Lady's like, stop. We're doing really serious illegal shit. Look, there's like a vampire in there. And the guy's like, fuck you, I'm going in. And like pushes her down, I think. I think he pushes her out of the way and goes in and immediately gets his like throat ripped out by Michael Morbius in like hungry mode.
In hungry mode.
Yeah. I think she seals him in and Morbius is like, oh no. I can't remember if he seals him in.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He seals him in. He murders the mercenary, and then he starts breaking down the
he breaks the glass, and that's when you get the scene here. Where is the boat scene? This whole.
I wish I knew. I went from dying to being more alive than ever.
It worked.
Where is the?
Not exactly.
By the way, I think this boat scene was the best part of the whole movie.
100%. This was the best part. So yeah, then you get this where Michael's loose on the boat, and all these mercenaries are trying to kill him, and he slowly takes them out one by one in like spooky ways. And at this point, the 10-year-old in the theater is literally like, "This isn't scary. I don't care." I was like, "Okay, cool."
I think it was supposed to be scary.
Yeah. And now, if I remember correctly, this is where this trailer starts to really piss me off. He's not on the boat when they get there, right? He maydays them. So he like murders everybody, realizes what he did. The doctor got pushed down at some point and she's like knocked out. He like makes sure she's okay and alive. She's alive. He maydays for help and then like dips. He's off the boat. He's gone. They get there and are like, what the fuck happened? They're interviewing. The doctor's in like critical state. You see her in a hospital later, so she's not available to answer questions or anything. They're just trying to figure out what's going on. And that's when you see Tyrese Gibson pick up that the bat origami that was in the trailer.
Yeah.
And he's
but Lena's pointing out something that I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
In the trailer, they say you were found off the coast of Long Island.
Yeah. They completely changed it.
Right, which means that's like that like interrogation with the FBI at some point in the development of this film took place like 40 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Right, because there's a whole like there's so much shit that happens between. Anyway,
it was so dumb, but yeah. So he dips. He's off the boat. She's there. FBI rolls up. Like Coast Guard, whoever, everybody's rolling up. And this is where you're introduced to Tyrese Gibson and the other guy who are FBI agents who don't contribute to the story or the plot other than to inconveniently put him into jail one time, which we'll get to. But yeah, they get there and they're like, wow, this is as weird as that shit in San Francisco, which is crazy to me because I'm so confused about the connection. Like they're really trying to say that this is connected to Venom.
Right.
And the only reference you really get is him literally saying the name I am Venom later. And then this being like, oh, that crazy shit in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And the whole time the like side FBI character's like, oh, these bodies have no blood in them. Oh, there's 2 holes in their neck. Well, could have done this. It was like an entire like, I don't know. It was just ridiculous how like this one guy was like, yeah, Keats. Sorry, subscribe break. 1 year. Thank you so much, Keats. Much appreciated. Kyle, welcome back. Welcome back. From the internet. Yeah, it's been a while, bud. Oh, by the way, David, Keats is the one that I've influenced and got hooked on Bleachers. So
Nice.
spreading the gospel.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, so these guys show up. They're like, "Oh, looks like vampire should happen, but who knows? Nobody's alive or awake to get answers." Which in the trailer is different because they're like, "We found you on this boat." What happened?
Right.
Which makes you think like he wasn't conscious. He knows everything he did. He 100% knows what he did. So they find all this shit, and they're like, whatever. You see him get back to his office. Like they're doing all this investigation shit. He's back at Horizon Labs in his office. I'm in the church now. You're in the church of Bleachers. Welcome, my friend. And they start doing more body shit with the leg buckling. I don't know if you noticed. If you it bothered me. So like he gets there, he's like walking, he's like, "Oh, I feel good. This is crazy." Like they show you walking to his lab and he's fine, and then all of a sudden the blood wears off, and it's like, "Oh, my legs are gone from out from under."
Right.
Like it's immediate how fast it goes.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
No,
I don't need this.
This is part of what I was like confused about. Like, what is the disease? Because if I don't know, his muscles have atrophied because his blood is fucked up in some way. Like, I can buy that,
Yep.
But that's clearly not what's happening because, like, it would take a long time for that to happen again after taking the blood. So it's literally just like the blood in my legs doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right. That's the disease.
It's so frustrating. And the weird leg buckling thing alone was weird, but he goes and immediately drinks his Kool-Aid. He goes back, grabs his blue blood, and he's like, done, downed it. Also, he gives a monologue, which was reminiscent to me, because I watched it so many times, of the Arrow intro monologue, of the I've become someone else, something else. And he's like doing this whole inner monologue about like, what have I become, yada, yada, yada. And he gets like a montage, right? Like for a training montage. Like, what are my powers? What can I do? What's happening to me? And he does like tests and shit, because of course he's a scientist. And you find out, bats like me. I don't know if it was as cringe to you when he steps in the fucking tank and he's just like, the bats won't eat me. This is crazy.
Yeah. Like they seem attracted to me now. Like we're buddies. And he does like the Instagram influencer like kind of pose, just like doing this in a field.
It was so fucking cringe. It was weird as shit. And he's like, okay, I seem to be a vampire now. What vampire things? I need to drink blood. I have echolocation. And like, I write in here at one point,
some kind of bat radar.
Yeah, bat radar. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are his powers? He's just like Superman at one point. Like he can fly. He has super strength, super speed. I hate super speed being added to characters at point, because to me, super strength, super speed, like too overpowered. Like it's crazy. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's dodging bullets. He can like fucking jump off his bookshelves, I guess. I don't know. And one of the things he tries to do is he's like, is it at this point or later? I think it's later. No, it's at this point, right? Where he tries, he learns how long he needs to go with blood, right? He does like I have 6 hours. I'm like fine for 6 hours as long as I drink blood, but it's going down. And the blue blood doesn't help.
That's only with the artificial.
Yeah, the artificial blood, it's stopping to work. Like it's not working as effectively. He needs more of it more often. Whereas the red blood is still good, but he doesn't want to use it because then like, that's drinking blood and that's a no-no because he's a hero. Yeah. He's like super regretful about having to kill. Well, I don't know if he's regretful, but he knows he killed those people and he's like, I don't want to kill any more people.
So it's me off. So mad. Right, because if they had done it such that it was like he has to like wrestle, like he feels bad about it, but like it's a real issue for him whether or not he should kill people to drink the blood, right? Then I could buy for maybe 10 seconds that this is Morbius, the Spider-Man villain, but it's not. He's just a hero.
This is just a vampire hero, yeah.
It's like from the get-go, he's like, shit. I can't do that again.
Yeah, don't drink the blood because I kill people.
Right. And by the way, they brushed it off with that FBI agent saying like, "We don't mind you killing like 8 mercenaries." Like,
yeah, he's like, at least it was. Oh no, that's later though. That's later.
it is
So
later. It is
so he
later.
goes. So he's doing all this, and I can't remember. Is it at this point that he does the thing where he locks himself in the cage, or is that later? I think it's at this point, and then and Milo
At this
visits
point,
him, right?
Milo visits him.
Yeah. So he's locking himself in this container, like this cage, to be like, how long can I go, and what will happen if I don't have the blood? And his answer is, all of my symptoms come back immediately of my disease, which makes me think, if a healthy person took it, would there be no drawback? Would they just become healthy person again and not vampire powered? Because he's like, oh, my disease comes back when I don't have the blood. That was what he said. He's like, yeah, all my symptoms come back. And I'm like, that's so dumb. So it's just like,
yeah.
I was so beyond.
All he's done is just like discovered a temporary like super soldier serum.
Yeah. He just made super bat like serum. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he locks himself in this cage, and Milo comes back. And at this point, I guess he's made extra vials, because he took one with him. He took one off of the boat. There was 2 extra vials on the boat, I believe, and I think he took one. I don't know if he destroyed the other or what, but he took one with him.
Yeah.
Or maybe he took both, but he took them with him, and he's at Horizon. He has them on the counter. This fucking vampire serum. He just leaves in the counter while he's locked in a fucking box. And Milo comes in, and he's like, yo, what's going on? And he's like, I need blood. He's spelling out the word blood on the window, being like, give me blood. I'm dying. Like, I need it. And Milo's like, oh shit, yeah, okay. Goes into the freezer and gets him a bag of blood. I think it was artificial. Yeah. I can't remember.
It was.
But yeah, he's like, oh shit, Michael, you're looking pretty fucking fine right now. Can you give me some of that vampire serum? And Michael's like, nah, dude, I killed people. You don't want this.
Yeah.
And Milo's like, fuck. No, I want to be a vampire because at least my legs will work. And he'll live longer because he's going to die, you know. But he's like, yeah, he's like a willing, like Milo is vampire pilled. He's like, I'm ready to be a vampire. He has no qualms about being a vampire. Immediately on board with it. And Michael's like, no. And so Milo finally is like, fucking fine. Okay, leaves, takes one of the fucking serums, the vampire serums with him.
Wait, you don't know that?
But, well, no, he looks at him, I think.
Okay.
I think at some point he like noticed it. I don't think you see him take it, but he's like, he looks at it. But yeah, he leaves. He's gone. And at this point, I believe the FBI comes in. Oh, no. There's a murder. There's a murder of the nurse. The nurse.
No, okay. As soon as the murder of the nurse happened, I knew. And like, they try to play it off in the movie as if like we're supposed to believe that it's Morbius who did this. But as soon as I see it happening, I'm like, this is obviously Milo, because like
he just had the speech,
right? And we've also like straight up watched Morbius kill people 20 minutes before this. So when they're like showing us this nurse getting killed, but they refuse to show us the killer,
yeah,
like I already know what it's like to see Morbius kill somebody. You're clearly hiding something now, so it has to be Milo or fucking Lucian, whatever.
So at some point, the FBI they interview the nurse. They come to the conclusion that Morbius was there, and they're coming to see Morbius. This person also is dead now with similar wounds as on the boat, and they're like, "Fuck, Michael, what the fuck's going on? You must have done this. Why did you kill the nurse?" And this is when they give the line that David was talking about like, hey, the fucking mercenaries, who cares? We can brush that under the rug. The nurse? That's a real life.
No, but it's even worse than that. He doesn't even say like it's no big deal that you murdered these mercenaries. He kind of like, he says something like,
you helped us.
We might even we might even think of it as a favor or something like that.
It was so shitty. And yeah, so now he is, I don't think it's at this point. I think he runs, right? He runs from the FBI. He's like trying no, he doesn't run. He's just leaving.
No, he ends up in a cell.
Yeah. No, but he's leaving. So he's like trying to walk out all casually like, and I think somebody spots him or
Oh,
something, and then he runs out. He goes through this whole chase across town, and at some point, because he has his like bag of artificial blood on his back, right? Or is that later? I thought that was now. I thought that's how he catch him.
This is right. He has a bag on his back, but he drops it or something like
Yeah.
that.
So they finally catch him. He drops his bag of blood. And he's with the FBI, and the FBI is like, they're like, oh, no. Oh, they didn't know that. That's different. So they come to him, and they're like, hey, did you try to cure your legs on this boat? Is that what you were fucking doing? And he was like, gotcha. Yeah, that's exactly right. Which to me, David, is why I was frustrated by this, because the way that they focused on like his legs being like the big issue, I was like, this is just Lizard. This is just him like, I want to walk. I want to,
right.
I want normal legs.
Yeah.
But yeah, then he's in jail, and they're interviewing him. He's in a jumpsuit. They're interviewing him in jail, and the fucking B detective, like the funny detective, is like, I got holy water because I'm not taking chances. I think you're a vampire. Yeah. And a dumb joke. And the guy's like, Tyrese comes up and he gets that bat origami. He's like, look, I found this. I know you fucking did this. I know you killed these guys because I found your origami on the boat. And then he does a fucking Hulk, like, they're like, are you hungry? And he's like, you don't want to see me when I'm hungry. I was
awful.
Like, I don't know who wrote this movie, but it's all cringe. 100% of the dialogue is cringe. So terrible. And he goes to his cell. He's in his cell by himself, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, you got a lawyer visit. And he's like, what? And Milo shows up. Whoa. He's got his cane in his hand, so nothing can be wrong. He's normal Milo, right? Milo leans his cane down, sits down, and is like, yo, I can help. And the guy's like, nah, I got to figure this shit out. Yada, yada, yada. And Milo drops a bag of regular blood on the thing. And he's like, on his bed, and he's like, this is for you. You know, get out of here. And he leaves. But, he's walking out by himself with no cane. His cane is still in the cell. Michael realizes this and is like, wait a minute. And you see fucking Matt Smith he doesn't do like as an exaggerated, but he kind of does like Spider-Man 3 cool guy walk. Like he's just like,
dude, I desperately wanted him to.
Yep.
You're like, oh my god, I thought they were gonna do it. But no.
It was, yeah, that would have been a funny twist, but yeah. So he freaks out, drinks the blood, breaks through the fucking window of the cell, and is out. He's like on his he's being chased through the city. He's trying to get away. So he was effectively arrested for all of like 4 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
But he's out. He's fine. Matt Smith is walking the streets. He stops at a newsstand. What newspaper does he pick up, David? The Daily Bugle.
Daily Bugle?
Yeah, we got the Daily Bugle. He's reading the Daily Bugle. The guy is like, I can't remember what he says to the guy. Oh, he's like, something about you're not tough or something. Oh no, he called Morbius a freak. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He was like, that guy's a freak because he killed these people. And he's like, nah, he's not a freak. This is a freak. And then he kills the news guy.
Yeah.
And he runs. Yeah, it was, he killed the nurse. He says it's because it's his first time. And then he's like, he wants to have fun with the powers because he has little man syndrome. He's like, I have power now and I got to abuse it because now I have it and I've never had it before.
So it was really strange to me that they went like full psychopath with him. You know, I think it would have been better if like he and Morbius just had sort of a fundamental disagreement over like, is it okay for me to go kill criminals to eat them or something like that? And like Morbius is no, and Milo's like yes, but no, they like made him straight up like a serial killer. I'm just like out of nowhere.
And I failed to mention Morbius caught up to him at this point. So Morbius has caught up to Milo, who killed the guy, admits he killed the nurse. He's like, yeah, but it was just like you know, I had my little rage thing happen and I had to kill him. It had to happen. Done.
Yeah.
And then he's like, let's go have some fun. And Morbius is like, fuck no, we got to stop this dude. And then he force palms him away. He like jabs him and pushes him back. Just like weird ass powers, don't make sense, whatever. And they have this whole chase scene and this fight. Michael says he won't fight even after Milo kills like 6 more people. He just like goes on a killing spree and he's like, no, I'm not gonna fight you, dude. Stop killing people, but I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna make you stop, but come on now. And it ends in a subway station where Michael, I don't know if he actually flies or because to me it looked like he was riding like the way, like he was gliding the currents.
Is he like riding the air current? Yeah. Right.
So like undetermined, but he like flies away on the air currents of the subway somehow.
I don't know. He flies later.
Yeah,
like,
he
straight
does.
Up flies.
I just figured he was like gliding. I figured he was just like somehow still riding more currents. I don't know. It's not really explained. All I know is that the VFX for all this, I got tired of real fast. The little wobbly shit.
I thought the VFX were like the coolest thing until the ending fight scene.
Oh yeah,
that was trash. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But also Milo. Milo looks fucking terrible as a vampire.
Every time, so like they do the vampire face because they're like, look, I'm a vampire, and then they have their face morph. It's the ugliest things I've ever seen. Somehow Michael Morbius's hair, like facial hair, becomes like patchy and weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Matt Smith has like holes in his cheeks. It's bizarre.
Gross.
It was so weird. It didn't make any sense. But yeah, Michael learns to fly, gets away, and Milo starts stalking the lady doctor. He's like, oh, and then this is where I make the comment about like, why does every male character have to talk about the lady doctor? Like, just leave her alone. She's a doctor and she's smart and she's capable. We get it. But yeah, so he stalks her and he's like, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, Michael. Yeah. So he's stalking her. He's stalking. Oh, can I make my video? Yeah, you want to go back to chatting? Yeah, absolutely. So he's stalking her, and then Michael stalks some counterfeiter. So I think he's stalking her to like see if she meets up with him, I think. And they meet up in a diner, and he's like, look, I gotta fix this. I need a lab. And then Michael overhears casual, like just happenstance, these fucking people who are trying to use counterfeit cash at a diner be like, yeah, we got it from our lab.
Okay. Here's the direction I thought they were going. I thought Michael was like gonna witness a crime.
Yeah.
And then decide like, okay, it's okay for me to drink their blood because they're criminals, like a Dexter kind of vibe.
Exactly.
Right? And as soon as it happened, I was like, are we really treating counterfeiting money like it's worth the death penalty? But this just goes to show like how low my bar is for this movie that like I legitimately expect that.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. No, so he's like, look, meet me, like get all this stuff together. I'll get a lab because now he knows these people have one and he follows them. He stalks them back to their little fucking man cave where their lab is, and Big Bad Boss Man is like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, I'm Venom. He like beats him up, tells him he's gonna take his lab, and that line is different too.
Yeah. But why? Like, why are we just supposed to accept that it's okay for him to beat the shit out of these people? Like, he did some serious damage to that guy's hand.
100%.
And as he's walking away, he's like, ice it. It'll be better in 6 weeks or something like that. One,
bullshit.
6 weeks of healing is a lot.
Yeah.
And two, you are full of shit. You broke his hand in like 9 different places.
And explained it. You're like, this is the metacarpal. Yeah. This is the... I was like, fuck, you're a psycho.
Dude, awful. Awful.
But yeah, beats this dude up, takes his fucking lab. He like just kicks a kid, takes his lunch money basically.
Yeah.
After not stopping, fucking, this is what... Milo goes on a killing spree in front of him while they're doing their like... tete-a-tete, like they're doing their whole back and forth. And he's like, I'm not gonna fight you. And then just breaks this dude's hand to take his lab. Like, his line doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It was very bizarre. But yeah, takes the lab, does his I am Venom line. But in the trailer, he goes, no, I'm Michael Morbius, which to me, like, made the line worth saying. In this, it was just like, why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
You didn't, it was not necessary. And then I was like, does everybody know Venom? I've not watched Venom. I'm going to admit that right here. I haven't seen Venom or Venom 2. So I'm unfamiliar with, is it a large scale thing? Like, is everybody aware of Venom?
Well, yes and no. Like people are aware that some weird shit is like going down, like, and they see footage of Venom and stuff, but there would be no reason for them to know his name.
Yeah, it just like was weird to me that he's like, I am Venom.
Right. Everybody who he says his name to in the movie gets eaten.
Yeah.
So
it was weird to me. We have 11 seconds of ads. Hang tight. I'm catching up on my notes, but yeah. So breaks his dude's hand, takes his lab. Where was I in my notes? Here we go. Okay. So then builds science shit, including a centrifuge, and spins a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, a printer.
Yeah. He just like starts piecing things together like he's Tony Stark in the fucking desert.
Am I supposed to, like, is my takeaway supposed to be at like the U.S. Mint? They have the equipment to build an MRI machine?
Yeah.
Just like right now? Like,
guys, we need one. All right, let's just jangle these pieces together. This one will fit here. They're selling like multi-purpose tools now. This is an MRI and it prints U.S. currency. This is a throwback to him being savvy with technology. Yeah. He knows how to replace a battery with a spring, so he also can make fucking centrifuges and shit. Yeah. 100%. But yeah, then we cut to Matt Smith doing what is now in my head the Spider-Man scene where he's like dancing shirtless. He's like having fun, which is why I say Matt Smith sells it. Like, it's cringe and stupid, but Matt Smith isn't trying. He's doing something.
Yeah.
Whereas fucking Venom is not Venom. Morbius has been one note the whole movie. But yeah, dances shirtless. Dr. Daddy's like just chilling at his house, not asking how he's walking around all of a sudden. Like, doesn't care for any reason. And then Matt Smith hits on a girl. Oh, yeah, he goes to a bar. So he's getting all dressed up, goes to a bar, and is hitting on some girl who I guess boyfriend walks up.
Yeah.
And he like wants so badly to kill this girl's boyfriend, but then doesn't. But then stalks him later from a gargoyle, and I think does. So it was weird. Then Dr. Lady and
wait a minute. 3 questions. Are Morbius and Milo virgins?
Can they have? Yeah, that is
gotta
really
be, right.
Do you think the first thing that Milo did was go fuck somebody? If he was like,
well, he clearly tried.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he was trying to. Can't game? Real recognize real. We get it. If I was out here being a virgin that age with no working, I'd be like, yes, please, give me them legs so I can get with the honeys. But yeah, Dr. Lady's at Horizon getting the shit that they talked about from the Horizon lab to take to the new underground lab, and Milo surprises her. Yeah, nobody followed up. Yeah, I put that in my notes. He missed like 3 transfusions, and nobody fucking asked any questions. Nobody's like, is he dead somewhere? Like, like what's going on? But yeah, so he appears out of nowhere and makes like another "I've already eaten" joke. Like, because they say something about like, we should go to dinner, and he's like, nah, I've already eaten. Stupid. And then questions his condition because he's walking around and he's just like not answering questions. She's like, oh, you seem okay. And he's like, yeah, just 100% disregards the question that all of a sudden he's walking around. He's like, where's Michael? She doesn't know. And then he's like, I assume, what was your take? I assume he was trying to hear her heartbeat to see if she was telling the truth.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, that's what I was taking from that. Okay, so he's listening to her heartbeat to see if she's telling the truth. And that's the end of the scene. You see police raid a house, and I guess it's the lady doctor's house.
Wait. Okay.
The police raid somewhere. I don't know why it was important, but they raid some building. Yeah.
Yeah, because it is her house, because he takes the litter box of the cat's litter box, and he's like, he says something like, the cat was here recently or something, because like the cat shit in the thing or whatever. Yeah,
because she took the cat with her. Yeah, because she's on the run. They were looking for her, and they're like, they were here. So fucking stupid.
This is like in the new Lion King movie where they explain how the thing gets to Rafiki by like the spit ball.
Yeah,
same thing. This is the new move, dude. This is the move. Any shit related evidence is what gives you box office bangers.
100%. that's what makes you the quintillions of dollars, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Millions.
they raid the house, find out she's not there, and she shows up in the lab with Michael. She's setting up shit. Oh my god. Y'all, Cameron just showed me a new hat that he got for his work, and it is something.
Are you jealous? Oh, love it. I love it. What does it say?
Noogler for a new Googler. That's what they call the new Googlers.
Dude, I love it. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, she's in the lab and she like, uh-oh. Wow, that is a hat. Yep. But she accidentally cuts herself and she does like the, ooh, I cut myself. And Michael immediately, because it's a vampire movie, goes,
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Can you imagine knowing that like your best friend just turned into a vampire and then you cut yourself like 6 feet away from them and not realizing this might be a problem?
No, it's fucking insane. You're right. She's just like, oh no, ooh, I need a Band-Aid. Keith, he got a new job. He should be in chat, but he just got a new job at Google. So exciting. But yeah, it literally was like Twilight. Yeah, 100%. The whole like, I can't be around you. You smell. Your smell like turns me on. Like that's exactly what I got from that scene. But yeah, then that's when they start calling it red and blue, and I hated that. I absolutely hated when they were like, I don't want to take the red, but the blue's not effective anymore. And then Michael like goes outside somewhere. I don't know if it's near the lab. They just like end up at a scenic location overlooking bridges. And she like really, they make like some line about like, you know, something like, I'm like Dracula or something. And she's like, Dracula's kind of sexy actually. So she's like down to bone Dracula. Like she's like, oh, I don't care that you're a vampire. You got a working dick now? Let's fuck. Like, let's go. And she's on board. And then they make out. Because they have to make out. I don't know. It was so frustrating to me because like, yeah, maybe there was like chemistry between the two, but I didn't feel like there was a point where they needed to make out in this movie. Like there was no like, I think the only reason was to make later on when what happens, we'll talk about. Yeah. That's the only reason I think they did that. But it was frustrating. So yeah, Milo was watching them because he wants to, you know, he's a voyeur. He likes to watch. And then yeah, my FBI are at a different crime scene where Milo killed a bunch of people. And they look at the CCTV footage because, oh, there's cameras in the 21st century.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, that's not Michael who killed these people. Wait a minute. Hold the fuck. There's a second vampire. And so they're like, all right, we're definitely on Michael's side now. It's not him. And then it's on the news immediately that there's a different killer. They're like, Michael Morbius is the suspect, but now there's video evidence that he didn't do it. And Dr. Daddy is watching, and he's like, wait a minute, that's Milo. And then Dr. Daddy confronts him at the house and is like, what the fuck did you do? Milo's weird about it, like does vampire face to him. He's like, bah, I'm gonna kill you, I don't know. Slashes it. Oh, Milo is like, he's like, I'm gonna help you. He's like, I don't need your help. And then it's like, apparently a side effect is insomnia. I don't know. He does like a whole thing about like, I can't sleep. I'm sad. I wanted this.
So, can we talk about where he cuts him?
Yes. So yeah, Milo attacks Dr. Daddy because he said he's repulsed by what he's become, and then he lashes out. And he like slashes him. Yeah,
but it's like a tummy cut.
Yeah,
like
right across the belly. Yeah,
it's so weird.
And every time I see him, I'm like, is he dead? Because like he calls Michael later. Like Milo bitch slaps him across the room, leaves him for dead. He's not dead. Like he gets cut, he gets bitch slapped across the room. He's still okay. He's still kicking.
Yeah, he's like not dead. Like his stomach acids must be all on the floor and shit. Like, what is happening?
Just spilled the fuck out. And I kept writing in here, I was like, I think he's dead. And then it cuts to Michael making science drug to kill Milo and himself, question mark. Cause like He's willing to kill Milo, but like I don't know if he's willing to take his own drug. I'm not 100% sure.
But he says he is. He tells Martine, like, she's like, why are you making a second dose? And he's like, because I shouldn't exist. Like, I need to kill myself after this. But, you know, I mean, anyway, we'll get to it.
Yeah. Then Daddy calls Michael and is like, Milo is on the loose. You have to kill. And then, like, I think stops talking halfway through. And I'm like, oh, he's dead. And then Michael shows up and like, oh, nope, he's alive. Or no, Martine shows up?
No, it was Michael.
Oh, it was Michael. Yeah. And then he's still alive.
Because this is when Martine gets captured.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, you got to stop Milo. And the whole scene, I don't know about you. I wrote it down because it looked dumb. When he's telling Jared Leto to like stop him, I think he said, kill. You have to kill him. And it looks to me like they dubbed over that and wrote and said you have to stop him.
I didn't notice at the time, but there was like a lot of ADR in the movie.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it was just really jarring. I happen to look at mouths usually when I'm watching people talk, and I noticed it was very weird. Yeah, Morbius takes his sweet ass time to save anybody. Yeah, causes 2 deaths for sure. But yeah, then Michael heard Milo. So so he's here with the doctor. He left the doctor lady at the lab. Milo shows up there with him and is like, I want you to say his name. Call for him. Say it. And he's like being weirdly seductive about it in my head.
Yeah.
And Michael can hear him because he's vampire hearing, you know, that's a thing.
I was a little bit confused about this. Michael just like sort of listens to the conversation, right? But he doesn't like go to her until she says his name or whatever, until he like hears her get hurt or whatever. Why wouldn't he like immediately?
I don't know.
If he can hear it.
It was bizarre.
I was confused by that.
But yeah, so he hears him like calling for Michael. He hears her call. And then echolocations, which is one of the things he learned in the bat radar. He learned in his training montage where his eyes go all weird and then he just like pulses out. Daredevil style, I guess.
The ears, when he super hears, they look kind of cool. They got little scales or whatever.
Yeah, they go bat ears.
Yeah.
Red flag. But yeah, he finds where he is using his echolocation and then flies or glides or building hops. Like he just like does a little bit of everything to get there.
Yeah.
Finds her bleeding to death on the top of some building and is like, she says something to make it mean, like she's like, make it mean something, make my death matter or something like that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was dumb. I thought it was a dumb line. They kiss again. She licks her lips and then dies.
Yeah, so I think okay, so I couldn't tell what was happening. Either he bit his lip or she bit her own lip so that he could get her blood, right? But so I think it's that she bit her own lip. But that confuses me as to why.
Yeah.
At the end, you know. Anyway,
it was weird. She licks up some blood. She's dead. He listens for the heartbeat. There's no heartbeat. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Is this Mouse Volume 2? You know, like, is it happening again? What's going on? But that's why I don't understand what happened here. Because he drains her blood.
Right. So exactly. So,
because that's why I thought she was like, use me. Make my make my death matter, take my blood, get superpowered, and go fuck him up.
Right. But if what happens later on, why didn't everybody turn into a vampire? Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's very. So he must have bit his lip, right?
I don't know. It was just weird because I didn't think it mattered because she has no blood. He drained her.
Right.
I was like, she's fucking dead now.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, and then Michael fights Milo, who is the Lord of CGI. He just kind of like bouncing around everywhere, doing whatever the fuck, slow motion shit's going on, beatdown style. He's getting his ass fucking handed to him. I noted the Y-Man Hotel. They prominently featured this logo. Is that anything? I don't know that, but I didn't know if it was any your thing. No? Cool.
I mean, why the last man, I guess, but that's unrelated.
Yeah. So he's getting beat the fuck down. And so this is why I think the kiss happened. I think the kiss happened because she's meant to die. And I'm okay with this scenario where he's like, if he's meant to be a hero and not drink blood, I understand like, okay, he gets more strong when he drinks blood. So of course, if he drinks the blood of somebody who's dead, it's fine. He can get strong, fight the bad guy, and no harm, no foul.
Right.
So I was cool with that. It was whatever. But the kiss just didn't make sense because the whole movie they had like chemistry, but it felt like they were friends more than anything. And then they just kiss, and I assume that was to make the weight of her death more like hard for him.
Right.
And I hated that.
The only hint that we get about romance between the two of them is from Milo earlier on when he said something like, "Have you started dating her yet?" or something like that. Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, Milo's whipping his ass. He's getting his ass handed to him left and right, being beaten through buildings with fucking rebar and all sorts of shit. And then he just calls his bat friends, which, where did they come from? Is it the bat? Because there were so many bats. This is the scene where he calls all his little bat friends. Where he's calling them all. And they're like flying around him. That's more bats than were in the tube.
Like, by several orders of magnitude more
so
bats.
Are these all vampire bats? Are some of them regular bats? Does he talk to all bats?
And so this is another thing that like really frustrated me because while I mean the movie obviously has a lot of problems, whatever, but it's like competently shot for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like there's no weird blocking. I mean, it's generally speaking like competent.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, like the final 20 minutes of the movie are just like completely visually incomprehensible.
You can't tell what the fuck's going on,
dude. It was like nothing was happening on the screen because it was just fucking white noise. I mean, it was a baffling choice to just make the entire screen populated by 14 billion bats, which is so weird.
It was so, yeah. And then I wrote down that it reminded me when he was doing the whole like the bats love me thing, and then I cringed at the thought of that. But yeah, then there was bats. They're flying around. He's like screaming, and they showed up. Oh, Costa Rica. By the way, that's the location. I wrote it here. That's where he went to get the bats originally. Was Costa Rica. But yeah, they hear Michael. They fly to him, and then Milo's like mid jump trying to javelin stab Michael, who's literally standing here doing this right now. This is him standing here, and fucking Milo's trying to stab him through all these bats.
Yeah.
And then he literally Kamehamehas bats at Milo. That's his finishing move. He's just like, take the bats. And the bats shoot at Milo and pin him against the wall. I was so fucking...
Yeah, pretty bad.
I was okay with the bats showing up. I'm okay with them like helping him. But like his finishing move was like throwing bats at him. It was weird.
You know, I actually don't know where I stand on the bats coming to help him. Generally speaking, I take that kind of stuff poorly.
Yeah,
like,
no, I agree.
I didn't like it in Aquaman. I did like it in the first Ant-Man movie, but that's really only because Ant-Man is so silly, like from the get-go, you know, that it's like I can sort of get myself in that right headspace for it. Yeah. But I really don't like it when movies go like, and then I called all my animal friends. It just feels like too Snow White to me or something. I don't know.
It really was. But yeah, so he Kamehamehas them. I questioned, why don't the bats like Milo?
Good fucking point, dude.
They just attack him because Michael says so?
Right. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about this. They should be equally in command of the bat.
Yeah, that was my thought. But yeah, so they hold Milo down, and Michael injects Milo with his like anti-serum, which kills him. He's like gone, dead, no more Milo. And then Milo says, "You have me." I don't know.
Because you gave me my name.
Yeah, you gave me my name. I said have. Okay, you gave me. I missed it.
Yeah, you
gave me my name. And I was like, that's so dumb, though. He fucking was rude to you and didn't call you by your name. What do you mean? Ugh. Also, they called him
you
Lucian.
After, like, a dead kid.
He called him Lucian at the end.
Oh, did they?
Didn't he like stand over the dead body? Was like Lucian or something? Like he called him Lucian.
Oh yeah, he totally does. Yeah, that's right.
So I was like, that was dumb. Lucian's dead, and I think the best actor in the movie. Milo. I said Michael is as emotionless as a rock. FBI shows up, and then Michael just flies away with all the bats. They're just like,
Yeah,
they're gone. Nothing to see here anymore. And the ending of it felt like Dark Knight to me. It felt very much like I'm the hero they need. So I will run. Yeah, it gave me very Dark Knight. Somebody saw Dark Knight and was like, I can do this.
So there was one thing about the ending that like really confused me, and I brought this up with Lena. I don't know if you'll remember it, Lena, but it's a really like odd editing choice when he's like flying away, and it's like this big triumphant moment, like
Yeah.
it's great, and then for like literally maybe like 3 seconds, they cut to Martine's face and she opens her eyes, and that's supposed to be like a stinger kind of moment. But then they cut back to him flying around, where it's like, okay, now there's this weird tonal shift where we go from like victory, to like here are my eyes, and then it's like victory. It's so weird.
It was, it's jarring shift. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I will say, I wrote that. I was like, her eyes open, but why? She should stay dead. In my head, I for the most part, I'm not a fan of like hands come up type scene, like eyes open up, pop up, like they're not dead. I'm like, but the whole weight of the whole, like what you developed is now like for nothing. Why is she alive? But more so to the point, I don't mind singers for like extra things to be like, oh, is she gonna come back, whatever. That's why I love post-credit and mid-credit scenes. But usually those post-credit and mid-credit scenes aren't like directly things that detract from things that happened in the movie. It's not like invalidating things that happen. Yeah, it's desperately begging for a sequel. I hate it because then I also feel like if you can't back it, if you're not a Marvel Studios that can just greenlight whatever the fuck you want and you can make your mid-credit scenes because you're gonna make the movie regardless of how this one does.
Right.
If you can't do that, don't fucking promise shit. I hate it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had their hands tied anyway because of, this is where we get to the fucking mid-credit scenes.
Yeah.
Which have nothing to do with Morbius really, and are just introducing Michael Keaton into the universe. Not in the way that they show him in the trailer either.
Right, not at all.
So in this movie, in the trailer, you'll see, because it was a big fucking deal. I remember seeing the trailer being hyped for a lot of the stuff, especially like the tie-in. It seemed like they were trying to tie it into some type of Spider-Man universe. There was going to be a Spider-Man. They had the poster in the trailer of Spider-Man on the wall, somebody calling him a murderer.
Yeah, they had references to all 3 Spider-Man universes and to the Venom universe in just one trailer. So it to me, it always felt like there's some kind of identity crisis going on here.
But they delivered nothing.
Yeah.
There was no Spider-Man in this. Yeah, there was no Spider-Man at all in this, except for at the end when we see all of a sudden, hole in the sky, Doctor Strange style, insert jail. Who shows up? It's Michael Keaton's Vulture, just sitting in a jail cell.
Now, so this is so confusing for several reasons. The purple shit that came up in the sky, that was clearly the same stuff from No Way Home.
Yeah.
Where, all the villains were coming into the MCU, and then Doctor Strange sends everybody back to the spell sends everyone back to the universes that they belong in, and makes everybody forget who Peter Parker is. Or, I'm sorry, forget that Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Is Peter Parker, yeah.
Right. So why... Michael Keaton is from the MCU. So why would that spell... I certainly understand that it would make him forget who
Peter
Spider-Man
is Spider-Man,
right?
Yeah.
Right. But why would it make him go to some other random universe?
Because Sony wants him for Sinister Six. They're like, there is an established Vulture and we want him. It's stupid. There is no logic.
Right. They could have done that in some way, right? They could have like... They're doing a Madam Web movie.
Yeah.
That's in development right now. So like you could bring him in intentionally, by like Madam Web could do that, but instead they do it here with this weird logic with Doctor Strange. It doesn't make any sense.
It made no sense. What makes this scene worse is that he doesn't speak when you see him on screen. You see him, he appears in the jail cell outside shot of the detention facility, and then you hear the line, "Hope the food's better in this joint."
Yeah.
That's all Michael Keaton has to say. That's all Vulture has to say about his situation. And then you hear news coverage, which I have problem with, first of all. They're literally like, hey, this man appeared out of nowhere in jail, and he's going to go to trial because maybe they'll let him go. I was like, hold on. He hasn't committed a crime here. What do you mean they might let him go? You don't know who he is.
Well, they do let him go, though.
Yeah. So
clearly they agree with your assessment.
Fucking stupid. And that's the end of the mid-credits. That's mid-credit scene, and then the rest of like the stylized credits play, and we're treated to one last credit, which is Michael driving a car down a road, like a dirt road somewhere, parking along.
After having, by the way, not committed suicide, as he said he was going to.
Didn't do his fucking suicide pact.
Drop that plot line.
Yeah, it's like 3 a.m. He's just driving on the road, pulls over somewhere random. And you hear noise, and who's coming towards him? Vulture!
Exact MCU suit.
Yeah.
Where did he get it?
That's
made of Stark Tech. Where did he get it?
Where did the suit come from? Did the jail just have it? Did like his property bin in the jail come with him? And they're like, all right, one mech suit. All right, yeah. Wallet, keys, phone, mech suit. Here you go. Have a nice day. This is what you were arrested in, so we have to give it back to you. And he flies out into the middle of this fucking dirt road and is like, his line is something to the effect of like, I don't know how I don't know how I got here. Spider-Man probably had something to do with it. Vulture becomes fucking J. Jonah Jameson out of nowhere. He's like, I got teleported across dimensions. Must be Spider-Man.
Right. So why that, first of all? And second of all, why does Morbius not stop him right there and say, hey, excuse me, I'm sorry. What is Spider-Man?
Yeah,
what does that mean?
Like, it was so weird. And my point is, he lives in a world, he was in jail for it probably, but he was still in the world when Thanos snapped away half of reality. Aliens exist and the world knows about it. So like, we know that shit like that can happen, but his first instinct is like, Spider-Man. He's not wrong, mind you. He's not wrong, but he has no right to know that.
Yeah, and can we also talk about the fact that that was clearly not Michael Keaton speaking?
Yeah.
Behind the mask in that scene, like it was first of all, it didn't sound anything like him, and second of all, they never let him take his mask off. So I doubt like Michael Keaton was involved at all
with that part.
With everything that was happening at in that final scene.
And the last line is he's like, "Hey, I'm trying to get I'm trying to get a group of us together to do some good."
To do some good, yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
And
is this
Morbius
says
what? He says intriguing, or I'm interested, or something. Yeah.
Like, why? Why are you interested? What?
Yeah.
You went through this whole thing about I want to be a hero, and you're gonna team up with his villain. Why? Yeah. Maybe you don't know he's a villain, but that's still dumb. It's still stupid.
Like a literal stranger who was in jail for some mysterious reason. So I don't know. Seems a little odd.
Overall, this movie seemed crazily paced, terribly written, and just like thrown together at the end of the day. Like they had a bunch of shit and they were like, all right, we just gotta smash this into a movie. It was ridiculous.
You know, I know it might sound kind of strange given that we've been sitting on the movie for like 90 minutes now, but I did not hate it nearly as much as I thought I would. I genuinely thought it was going to be like a completely incoherent mess, right? And really all it ended up being was, it was definitely a mess, but it was really just a cash grab.
This gives me like a Daredevil, like it seems like a movie that was just like, we want to make some money. Here's an IP, make a movie.
Yeah, and nobody took it seriously. And so like, I really thought it was going to be much more like offensive than it was. And it just wasn't. It just like, it was sort of nothing. And this is my hot take. I'm sure people disagree, but like, I think it's better than both Venom movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen them, so I can't compare.
both Venom movies genuinely like
better than Venom.
I really struggle to understand why they've gained like such a I don't know a popularity, especially the second one. The second one was laughable.
I don't know. I think this just leads to the fact that like Sony is the kid who doesn't want to play with a toy, but they're like, we don't want you to play with the toy either.
Right,
so
right.
I'm just gonna keep making stupid shit, like just pretend like I'm playing with it, so the MCU can't have it. Like that's what I get out of these movies. It just doesn't feel like they actually care to try.
Yeah, you know, the Craven the Hunter movie with Aaron Taylor Johnson, right?
Yeah.
I just without Spider-Man. How?
He's just hunting animals.
Yeah, this is a movie about a hunter. Like, why? Apparently, Chameleon is the one that he's going to be hunting.
Yeah.
But why? Why would he do that?
Because there's no Spider-Man.
What?
Because they need an animal-themed villain to make Craven care.
Right, but this just makes me seem like they're going to make Craven into a good guy now, who's fighting a villain. But, like, the whole point of Craven is that he's like a fucking psychopath who just wants to kill Spider-Man. Like,
yeah. What is your thought on their building it? Because so to me, it seems like they're very much trying to build Sinister Six in this world, right? I think that they would announce it or something. I don't know, but they tried to start the groundwork in Spider-Man Homecoming, right? Because we see Scorpion and Shocker was in it. So are they just like gone? Do you not care about them anymore?
Yeah, so this is why I'm so frustrated with Spider-Man. I'm certain that Spider-Man is the mess that it is right now because Sony was pushing Sinister Six for No Way Home, and they ultimately didn't end up getting it. They only got 5, right? But still, I'm sure Sony, and luckily they spun that into something that was like amazing. Right?
Yeah,
it ended up being great. But like now we're just left with all of this Spider-Man stuff that's going to be unresolved because the Scorpion stuff was obviously going to be tied to the Vulture stuff, and it was important that Vulture was going to know who Spider-Man was, but now he doesn't, and he's gone. So, I don't know. I'm just...
it's very strange. I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, Sony just seems like they want to fuck up Marvel's day and get get the paycheck. It's crazy to me. But yeah, ultimately, if I was like 10 watching this, and I was just like... Because to me, this wasn't intelligent movie. Like, it wasn't a good movie. It wasn't even like... Because, like, I would say Spider-Man... Like, any of the MCU movies, really, to me, while they are, like, children can enjoy them, I think there is value. Like, there's thought that goes into them. And this one, to me, has no thought, but could still probably be enjoyed by certain people. So I don't mind it. I'm just mad.
If you know what you're going into, like, it's fine.
I'm just
right?
mad I saw it. I was like, I didn't need to. I didn't, you know... I doubt anything happens with Morbius ever again.
Yeah. And so that's what's so funny to me. Like, is there any way that this gets a sequel? There's not, right? It can't. There's just no way, right?
Unless they really want to throw money at it for the meme, I don't know. Like, to be like, look, we made Morbius 2.
That's the thing. Is like I can only, but we live in a world where they're making a Madam Web movie.
That's true.
Without Spider-Man, so like I don't know.
Yeah, the whole thing is bizarre. I don't know. I'd give it very low rating. I don't even know what I would give it if I had to rate it. But, you know, see it for yourself. If you're in for a vampire movie that's kind of comic booky, here's your movie.
Yeah, right. It's comic booky in the way that like all the early 2000s superhero movies were comic booky. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like Blade 3.
It does. Like the whole time I'm watching this, I was like, I wonder if Blade's running around somewhere. Is he gonna kill Morbius?
Can you imagine if like Wesley Snipes showed up out of nowhere, refusing to open his eyes?
Oh, dude, that'd be fucking tight. I don't know. Fucking mess of a movie. It is what it ended up being, but it was not what it was promised. Like, if there's a bunch of movies like this, I don't know them off my top of my head, but like trailer to screen, so much changed. Or like so much that was promised didn't come out that I was like, why?
Rogue One.
True. Yeah, that's a good one.
Rogue One trailer is full of shit that just never ended up in the movie. But I mean, ultimately it turned out mostly okay, I think.
Yeah. But still, I don't know. Like I said, I'm hesitant now because I was interested. The trailer had me interested in it. I was going to do it until all the reviews came in and were like, don't see this movie.
I was the same way after the first trailer. After the first trailer, I was like, this seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then as more trailers came out, I just like sort of lost interest.
Yeah. Morbius, what's going on? We're just wrapping up. Do you have any final thoughts about Morbius, David? Or the Morbius verse?
Oh,
or
God,
the Venom verse?
I think I've sated my ego here talking about it for so long. Yeah, I don't know. It was bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't regret seeing it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not mad that I saw it. I'm just kind of mad that I was like, why? Yeah. It didn't need to be.
Yeah.
Could have left it alone. Because ultimately, like I said, to me, this just serves as something that fucks up the MCU a little bit. Like, not in a major way, probably. Right. They could probably write around it, I guess. But, like, they didn't need to. They didn't need to touch it.
Yeah.
There was no reason.
I agree. I wish I had a hot take.
Yeah.
Like, I really wish that I loved it, you know, or something like that. Because, I don't have anything interesting to say about it. It's just like, everyone has said it's bad. And it's like, yeah.
See, and I'm normally pretty contrarian. I'm normally the two examples of me not being, I think, are Eternals, because I didn't like Eternals, and this movie, because usually I can find, even if I'm just trying to be an asshole, I can find like something decent to say about it. I can't. Yeah. I didn't like this movie. It wasn't like my favorite movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Thank you, David, for talking Morbius with me. This was fun.
You betcha. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, absolutely. We got to watch more dumb movies. Or hopefully a good movie eventually.
Well, yeah.
Have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once yet?
No, but I want to. I keep hearing like amazing things about it.
I want to watch that so bad. Doctor Strange. We could talk Doctor Strange. I don't know, because Doctor Strange, I feel like is one. I don't feel really bad about spoiling this one, even though it's been out like a month. Doctor Strange, I feel like I'll feel bad spoiling for people.
True.
So maybe in a bit we can talk Doctor Strange. Yeah, true.
But have you seen The Northman yet?
No, I want to see that one though too.
Dude.
I heard that's
Oh my god. It came out a week early here, so we saw it the day it came out, and oh my god, dude, that movie was like adrenaline for like 2 hours. It was so good.
Interesting. Maybe we'll talk Northman. Do Troll 2 next. All right, we'll skip Troll 1. Go into it with no introduction of the characters. See if they do a good job as a standalone.
Yeah, right.
It's a good test. All right, David.
All right. Hey, thanks again.
Thank you.
I'll see you. Are you playing a game now or something?
I don't know. I was planning on watching Sonic X, but maybe I'll play a game. Maybe I'll play more Bayonetta. Bayonetta was really fun yesterday. I played Bayonetta yesterday. It was incredible. If you've not played it, Lena, if you have a Switch, get Bayonetta.
Oh wait, shit, Mike.
Whoa.
Do this. Wait, I've got a thing for you. Have you ever played Rocket League?
Have I played Rocket League?
Yeah.
No. I know Rocket League though.
So yeah, so there's a game that its beta just started and it ends in 2 days. It's free right now. It's called Turbo Golf Racing. It's Rocket League but golf.
Oh.
And I have been fucking addicted to it. Me and Lena have been playing it for like 2 days straight now. It's so much fun. You should give it a shot.
Shit! What is this game called?
It's called Turbo Golf Racing. It's on Steam. And to get it, you have to like.
Oh, is this
click
one of those
on the
yeah.
Yeah, so if you click it, you get automatically added to it if you click it. So it's like
shit.
Whatever. Yeah, it's
request
so
access.
much fun.
Yeah, interesting. That sounds fun as fuck. Maybe we'll play that sometime.
Yeah, you should give it a shot.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna hop on.
Hi, bud. Thanks, David.
Right. Thanks again. See ya.
Bye. All right. It's just me twice now. We're gonna turn this off. I'm gonna bump my jams again. I'm gonna reset this game audio. That. Cool. Thank you guys. That was fun. We have an ad coming in. I've tried to avoid ads for 10 minutes now, but there's one coming in seconds. So we're gonna let that one run. And we're gonna figure out what we're gonna play. I haven't decided if I should do Bayonetta or if I should go into Sonic X. I kind of want to watch Sonic X for the lulz, but it is poison to the YouTube. Game says Bayonetta. Maybe we'll play a little Bayonetta. Let's look at what's going on. We're gonna quick switch to, for now, while I decide. How's everybody doing? Pluribus, thank you for being here. What's going on, bud? Oh, I can move my Discord back down here now. been on my top screen, and I hate doing it. Usually only have OBS up there, monitor. Gonna bend this, grab whatever. All right, there we go. There we go. We're gonna go back to chatting. All right, we're good. Exit this call here. All right. Poor hamster. Can't be here today. That sucks. All right, so let's see. What does it look like? What should we transition to? If you have an idea of what we should do, let me know. I'm gonna go into the kitchen real quick and try to grab a snack. I got veggie straws because I'm healthy. What's going on, Mario? What should we do, Mario? Sonic X? Bayonetta? I could play Master Duel. I could go into Unite. I had some fun playing Unite with P3 Smith. What was his name? I'm an asshole. I don't remember British. You know. I think it's like T3 Smith. Yeah, T3 Smith. ALGS watch party. I'm sure there already is one, Cam. Mario says Sonic. All right, you know what? We're gonna do Sonic with the knowledge that it's gonna fuck up the VOD. We're just doing React content today. That was fun. I should have prepared a little more. I did have notes. I think I rushed a little bit. I led the conversation. That's because I had the notes and I was recalling the events of the movie. But that would be fun to talk about movies. I really like movies, TV shows. And I like talking with David. Love you, buddy. All right. Let's look up Sonic. What episode are we on? 5? So fun fact, these episodes are available for free on YouTube by the license holder. The anime on TMS official channel is the one who was copy striking. All right. Next time we gotta get Lena though. Too. Lena was having a lot of opinion. I would have loved to hear. That's why I gotta figure out how to get David the stream chat to work with video and stuff. Because I wanted to do it in the stream chat channel. So that if anybody did want to come in and talk, they could, and we could just move them into the channel and move them out. But it is what it is. All right, here we go. We're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna try to do this thing that all the streamers did to not get caught. We'll see what happens. Boom. We're going to what is Oh, I can't. I was gonna try to flip the screen, but I can't flip it. Weird. Okay, we can't do that. On that. That. And then. Aha! Oops. That one. Hell yeah! Alright, we got this shit. We're back in it, baby! Sonic episode 5! Cracking knuckles. Turn our music down.